Welcome back, tool fans. Tonight, we've got new power tools from Milwaukee, Ridgid, Ryobi, Greenworks, and Klein.
Plus, gas takes on electric mowers, we've got track cells, a ton of Makita impacts, something super hot from Milwaukee, and more.
Plus, another platinum tool deal from our friends at Ohio Power Tool. All that and more coming up next on The Tool Show.
Welcome back, tool fans. I'm Sarah, that's Rob, and we have a surprising amount of new tool news. 2024 is going to be a good year for tool fans, and we're starting off with Ridgid. That is the all-new Ridgid 18-volt brushless 16-gauge straight finish nailer. It has the power to drive 1 1/4 to 2.5 16-gauge finish nails into hardwoods 35% faster than the previous model. It's aimed at exterior trim work, door jambs, crown molding, baseboard, door and window trim, and even staircase treads. They say it will drive 1,700 nails on just a 4 amp-hour battery. It also is 15% lighter and 10% more compact as well. It has something called clean drive technology that helps it drive flush at any angle, reduces jams, eliminates MDF trim blowout, and doesn't leave driver blade marks on your work surface. It has tool-free power and depth adjustments, dry fire lockout, and both contact actuation or single sequential driving modes. You can pick one up for yourself at Home Depot for only $269 bare or $319 in a kit with a 2 amp-hour battery.
Ridgid also announced a new 18-volt brushless hybrid 18-inch drum fan, which claims to be the most powerful fan they've released to date. It delivers 4 times more airflow than its predecessor with up to 4,000 CFM, but it's super quiet at only 55 decibels on high. Best of all, it'll run up to 15 hours on low with the 12 amp-hour battery, or forever when you plug it into the wall. It'll be available next month for $199.
Ryobi also started off the year with a few unique tools as well, starting with this. That is the Ryobi 18-volt 1 Plus LED Workbench Light. It features a pair of LED panels that pivot up to 270 degrees and rotate a full 360. And they give off an impressive 1,700 lumens and can deliver up to 16 hours of runtime on a 6 amp-hour battery. It clicks right onto your battery and uses it as a base. It also has an integrated non-marring hook for plenty of mounting options under the hood or on 2x material. It comes out next month for $69 bare.
Ryobi also launched a new entry-level 18-volt 1 Plus 3/8-inch drill that weighs in at only 2.8 pounds. It revs up to 600 RPM, managed by a variable speed trigger, and comes in at only $59 bare when it hits the shelf as well.
But the most interesting Ryobi reveal yet has to be the new 18-volt 1 Plus bucket top wet dry vac. They say it's the industry's most powerful bucket top vac yet, but decided not to tell us its CFM or lift ratings at all. So it's, powerful.
Sure.
It has built-in storage for a crevice tool and a hose. It includes a 4-foot 1 1/4-inch hose that will fit most 1 1/4-inch accessories. It has a filter bag to protect the vacuum motor from dry debris and blower port for additional versatility, and it promises to fit most 5-gallon buckets. Clearly, it fits just fine on a Home Depot 5-gallon Homer bucket. This too will come out next month for $59 bare or $119 with a 4 amp-hour battery.
Now, Milwaukee wasn't about to let its little brother hog the spotlight this week, so they announced 4 new PPE solutions, plus a new fan, some hand tools, bits, levels. Seriously, they went a bit overboard. But you don't see me complaining. Starting with the PPE, they announced new impact armor liner for their Bolt safety helmets. It utilizes energy-absorbing polymers called rayon to reduce impact. The material is initially soft and hardens upon impact to provide ultimate protection. You'll be able to buy either a new Bolt safety helmet with impact armor, or you can buy the liner separately to upgrade your old Milwaukee helmet.
They also announced new cooling solutions, including a Bolt cooling skull cap, a Bolt safety helmet cooling liner, a Bolt hard hat cooling sweatband, and Bolt safety helmet sweatbands. There's also a new microfiber cooling towel designed for both indoor and outdoor use.
Milwaukee also expanded its workwear lineup with a new work skin hooded sun shirt and free flex unlined bib overalls for $45 and $119 respectively. But the most interesting thing Milwaukee launched so far has to be this fan. That's the all-new M18 brushless 18-inch fan. It's nothing but heavy duty with impact, water, and dust resistance. It has 3 speeds, predictably low, medium, high. It boasts 5 hours of runtime on high with a 12 amp-hour battery. It can also be plugged in. They claim it'll provide air circulation for over 50 feet and up to 13.5 miles per hour. You can get one next month for $249.99.
But Milwaukee wasn't done yet. They also announced a new digital angle gauge with a clear auto-rotating digital display and amplified rare earth magnets. Neat. It will be out next month for $29.97.
You're not as pumped about that one?
No.
They also launched these new armored cable cutters with self-adjusting armor clamp, a 9-in-1 punch-down multi-bit screwdriver, an impact punch-down tool, twisted pair install kit, replacement blades for ratcheting modular crimper and stripper, multi-nut driver with shockwave impact duty magnetic nut drivers, a regular multi-nut driver, a 14-in-1 multi-bit screwdriver with shockwave impact duty driver bits, a 39-in-1 precision multi-bit screwdriver, a 27-in-1 security precision multi-bit screwdriver, a 4-in-1 pocket precision multi-bit screwdriver, a 13-in-1 magnetic multi-bit screwdriver with ECX bits, and an 11-in-1 magnetic multi-bit screwdriver with SQ bits, all for various prices.
I mean, that's enough new stuff from Milwaukee, right?
Never! But I'm done reading it. It's your turn.
Yay, I've got this! They expanded their 1,000-volt insulated hand tools selection with 1,000-volt insulated 9-inch lineman's pliers, a 1,000-volt insulated 8-inch diagonal cutting pliers, a 1,000 insulated 1020 AWG wire stripper and cutter, a 5-piece 1,000-volt insulated hand tool set, an 8-in-1 1,000-volt insulated slim tip multi-bit screwdriver, a 4-in-1 1,000-volt insulated slim tip multi-bit screwdriver, and finally, an 8-in-1 1,000-volt insulated precision multi-bit screwdriver as well. And that is enough new Milwaukee tools for 2024.
Except it's only the 12th of January and there's still one more thing yet today. That is the Milwaukee 6.5-inch pipe lock billet torpedo level coming next month for $32.97.
Last year they reported 551 new tools from Milwaukee?
Yep.
Yeah, so what do you think this year's total is going to be?
A lot. Moving on, Greenworks was at CES 2024 this week, and I cannot forgive them for not inviting me.
Is CES like a big deal for you?
Oh yes, like growing up, I would read stories from the Consumer Electronics Show where the latest tech is revealed, and this time, Greenworks had a bit of their own new tech to show off. They announced a ton of new battery-powered and charging solutions targeted at consumers' homes as well as commercial landscape contractors. Now, keep in mind that Greenworks has a staggering 5 different lithium-ion battery platforms that includes 24-volt, 40-volt, 60-volt, 80-volt, and 82-volt. Now, these platforms power tools, e-bikes, lawnmowers, and more. They also revealed a residential power hub home energy system designed to help you manage and store all that power you generate from your solar setup. They're also launching 4 new power stations for their 24, 40, 60, and 80-volt platforms. There's a new 60-volt, 54-inch Maximus zero-turn mower that can tackle up to 3.5 acres, and a 60-volt, 30-inch zero-turn mower that does 1.5 acres.
They also revealed a new 60-volt, 21-inch self-propelled mower that gets up to 80 minutes of runtime on a pair of 5-amp-hour batteries. This 60-volt Pro 17-inch carbon fiber string trimmer, a 60-volt Pro 780 CFM blower, and a 60-volt 750 CFM blower as well, plus a new 60-volt 26-inch hedge trimmer and a 60-volt 18-inch chainsaw that will get up to 250 cuts of 4x4 lumber on a single charge. They also showed off a pair of new commercial zero-turn mowers that they launched last year. Both have 60-inch cutting paths, with one being a ride-on configuration while the other is a stand-on. These Optimus Z mowers features a 24 kilowatt-hour battery and boast 65 horsepower, the equivalent power of a 1040cc gas engine. They can cut grass up to 12 miles per hour.
They also launched a new 60-volt, 17-inch brushless string trimmer with carbon fiber shaft and a battery backpack blower that boasts 36 newtons of blow force and a whisper quiet 65 decibel low noise mode.
The new year has brought on a huge push in new content on YouTube so far, and here are a few of our favorites from this week, starting with Machinery Nation. The boys have cracked the code on bro mowing with their petrol and ego-powered Sabo mowers, and I'm here for it.
Bro mowing?
Yeah, it's when you can't stand the thought of being away from your bro, so you buy 2 lawnmowers and then you do the lawn work together. Do you not know about this?
Well, I mean, you and I mow side by side all the
Yes.
time with the zero turns. Except that you're a girl, so it'd be like co-mowing. Whoa!
Robert!
Nope, that's not what I meant. Spencer, cut that.
Oh
Moving
my
on to Tim Johnson, who is testing the recently released Ridgid 18-volt track saw and is really impressed with what it can do with it considering its low cost. Was it perfect? No, but you'll have to go watch for yourself to see where it fell short. He also got one of my flex favorites, the FX4221 trim router. This thing is the secret sauce to making all of your really awful DIY projects into something amazing. All it takes is a bevel. Wink.
Yeah, you're fooling no one with that. The tool show's failed assassin landed in the Mechanical Hub shop this week. Yep, that's the Milwaukee M18 Force Air propane heater, or torpedo heater as Eric calls it. And okay, honestly, I'm pretty jealous of that thing. It looks cool, it comes in red, it should be called the Winter Destroyer 1000, and I need 4 of them.
Why do you need 4?
I have 4 sides and they're all cold.
Actually, that's a true story. Sam from Project Pine Hills has the new Klein 11-in-1 impact ratcheting screwdriver. And if you don't have a ratcheting screwdriver yet, I cannot recommend them enough. I have a small collection of my own and can't live without them.
Small collection?
Sam is fairly new to our show and we really enjoy his content. If he's new to you, be sure to go check out his detailed reviews, and if you like them, give him a sub.
Taylor from Tinker with Tools is tackling the task that takes us through an entire lineup of Makita's impact drivers, trying to teach us the difference between all 14 of them. Makita, you might have a problem.
Okay, I think it's Taylor that has the problem because he bought all of them.
It's fair.
SKIL's new 18-gauge brad nailer arrived in the Projects for All shop, and he wasted no time tearing into it and putting it to work. And then reloading it, and then putting it to work again, and then reloading it, and again, and again, and again. 1,000 nails later, what does he think? You'll have to go watch the video to find out.
A plethora of cordless die grinders made their way to Tools Tested to be reviewed this week, with examples from Milwaukee, Snap-on, Ryobi, and Bosch. I'm shocked with who was declared the winner. Will you be?
Ooh, intrigue. One of my favorite knives is my VB Riffle Flipper. So I was excited to see Doc over at Last Best Tool featuring a pair of new Civivi knives that came out in December. I'm gonna be so broke.
Our last stop is with Scott over at Essential Craftsman, who published a fantastic guide to buying lumber from lumber yards instead of the big box stores. There is an absolute stump ton of great buying advice that everyone should have before they buy lumber. Be sure to carve out a bit of time to watch it this weekend.
All right, it's time again for our Platinum Tool deal from Ohio Power Tool. This week, our exclusive code will get you $50 off a $100 or more purchase of any in-stock Knipex tools.
Just remember that our code will only work for the first 25 people to use it, so move fast and be sure to click the notification bell so you'll always be one of the first each week.
The code you need is TS13075. Good luck.
I want to thank Flex Ego, Tested HQ, and Ohio Power Tool for continuing to support our show and our amazing community of tool fans. We could not do this without you.
All right, guys, go do something kind for someone else this weekend, and Sarah and I will see you next week.